Hello, Philippine coin collectors, and welcome to the Phil and Sing Coin Channel. Today we are going to talk about all the different shapes of Philippine coins, and we're just going to go through them one by one and just kind of look at all of them, and we'll magnify them, and we'll look at the front and the back, or the obverse and the reverse, and then we'll talk about maybe why they did it that way or what they were thinking. All right, well, let's start with this one here. Ah, no strange shape there. It's just a round 1 peso coin, kind of the staple of the Philippines there. I have not seen any 1 peso coins from the Philippines that aren't round. This one, Jose Rizal, who's on all the modern ones, says BSP, the Banco Central Pilipinas, here, Republica ng Pilipinas, here, 2004. So it's round, it has a reeded edge, and it has the emblem of the Banco Central on the back. Now, this is round. They have not changed it, as I said. They did make it bigger once. And this is the 72 to 74 1 peso coin with Jose Rizal on it. And again, it's same, Republican ng Pilipinas. And then Banco Central down here. So they do have a 1 peso, and that's the coin of the realm, essentially, the one that most people use. And it's round. But they also have a 1 centimo coin, which is right here, which is square. And that's pretty interesting. This is Lapu, and this is an aluminum coin, so it's really light. Republica ng Pilipinas, here, 1 centimo. And then, of course, Lapu is the original leader of the tribal Philippines who drove away foreigners. And if we look on the back here, it's 1975, Ang Bagong Lapunan, the new society. And it's not actually a square coin, it has rounded edges on it, of course. And you can see, looking at it, how it's aluminum. It's probably hard to tell how light it is, however. The next coin we have, so we had a square one. The next coin here is an interesting one. This is the so-called Spanish flower design, and you can see this in a couple other coins from around the world. And I'm not sure why the Philippines decided to go with the Spanish flower design, but this is, of course, Melchora Aquino here, 5 centimos. And if we look, we see there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 indentations, and 1, 2, 3, 4, oops, 5, 6, 7, 8 spots it sticks out. So it goes out, comes in, goes out, comes in, goes out, comes in, kind of like the tide in the Philippines. And if we look at it, we see that this is a rounded edged coin also. Of course, on the back we have, again, the Banco Central emblem, Ang Bagong Lapunan. Then we have a more modern one, and here it's a 5 centimo from 2002, BSP emblem right there. This one actually has a hole in it, Republica ng Pilipinas, and there are a few East Asian, I guess you could say, countries that include some really old Chinese coins that have holes in them, but it's not something you see that often. Actually, there are some, I believe, some Norwegian coins that might have holes in them, or somewhere, some Scandinavian country. Banco Central ng Pilipinas, 1993. So this one's got a hole in it. So we've gone to a rounded square one. We've gone to a Spanish flower one. So what's next? Well, how about this one? This is an interesting coin, and this is the Bonifacio 2 peso coin. So here it is here. We see that it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sides. So it's a dodecagonal, or 10-sided, and they are rounded edges. And this coin is a 2 peso coin, and this one's from 1983. And then finally we have this one, which isn't necessarily a different shape. It's pretty much the same round shape as the 1 peso, but this is a 10 peso. And we see that it has, look at this. So it has segmented reeded edges. In other words, it has a reeded edge, then it's flat, then it has a reeded edge, then it's flat, then it has a reeded edge, then it's flat, then it has a reeded edge, and then it's flat, and you've gone all around the coin, and it's got two different metals here. It's called the bimetallic coin. So even though this is a round shape, it has a funny rim on it, and it is bimetallic. Now, why did they try to why did they change these and do all these things? It's not clear to me. And of course, the 10 peso that we're looking at right here, they did have a 10 peso note, but they decided they wanted to have a 10 peso coin, so they went to this coin. But because of the value and because they want to make sure it can't be counterfeited, they got rid of the note. They went to a coin. What about the other ones? Well, let's look at some of the other coins. The Lapu Lapu coin. It's a 1 centimo coin. Well, they did make that round. I mean, they made it round. So this one is from 1975, but in 1974 they made a round version. Of course, this isn't the Ang Bagong Lapunan. The New Society coin is this one, and so I think they changed it to make it a New Society coin. But they did have a perfectly good round one the year before. And this one here, the Spanish flower design. Again, this is an Ang Bagong Lapunan New Society coin, and it's from 1976. But it turns out that in 1974 and in 1968, they actually had a round version of the same coin. But of course, this one says limang centimos or 5 centimos on it. Same woman though, Melchora Aquino, but on this one, she's facing to the left, and on this one, she's facing to the right. So they did have round versions of many of these coins. Next, of course, we have the coin with the hole in it. Did the 5 centimo always have a hole in it? No, the modern 5 centimo doesn't have a hole in it. This is the modern coin, the modern 5 centimo right there. No hole in that baby. So you don't have to have a hole just because you have a 5 centimo coin. So now what about this big one? Remember the big one, the 2 peso coin? Here's a 1983 version of the 2 peso coin. And then we look and we see, well, look at that. They made a round version of that too. And this is a 1992. So between 1983 and 1992, they decided to change them and actually make this coin a round one. So it's kind of funny. Many of these oddly shaped coins are from the New Society coins, but there's no real reason that they have to have a hole in them, or to be a Spanish flower shape, or to be square, or to be bimetallic, except that I think that there's some people in the Philippines that just love coins and like to make them different sizes, shapes, colors, metals, weights, and they change them with some frequency. So that's all we have today for our Phil and Sing Coin Channel Different Shapes of Philippine Coins video. We'd love to have you subscribe to our channel and leave any comments you might have in the comments section.